This is my Legal Blind Journal 48. And yeah, had a little bit of success with, and a little bit of not success with the headache thing, depending on the day and basically a lot of factors. It's kind of hard to nail it down sometimes, but that's going to be a work in progress, obviously, and continues to be. Going into the realm of finding new ways to do old things, measured my vision distance and peripheral, and it's still the same, thank the Lord. And we have goats now, and I was tripping over them, and I thought about it and put bells on their collars, and still having some tripping issues because there's two goats and the bell tones were the same. So it's kind of hard to figure out where things are at. So I took and I beat the bells, one of them, into a different shape, and realized that created a different tone. And again, find new ways to do old things. I'm trying not to trip over the goats. So now the baby has a much higher tone, and Oreo, the 9-month-old, has a lower tone. So with that, you'd be surprised what you can figure out by listening if you're really trying, if it's what you have to do. And I can tell if it's where the baby is and where the 9-month-old baby's Goldie and the 9-month-old's Oreo, and I can tell where they're at by the sounds of the bells, because now they're making different sounds, and it's much easier to distinguish if one's off to my right, in front of me, behind me, right underneath my feet and whatnot. So it really just goes back to got to find new ways to do old things. And before you would see them in your peripheral and things like that, and now that's not an option for me, so I just changed the tone of the bells, and it's really helped a ton. It took me a day or so to memorize them and really get used to it and figure out how that works, auditory wise, but it works, which is awesome. So that's been going well. Got a third one coming in June, so I've already beat out a few more bells to get different tones. Told my spouse, now I just got to figure out how to get 35 to 40 different tones, and once that clicked, needless to say, she wasn't on board yet, but we'll get there eventually. But at any rate, the got the goat house done. They were happy with that, and moved on to working on the chicken coop and got the walls up and the roof on. There was some learnings there for certain. Quite a few hurt fingers and things like that, but it's okay. Just had to slow it down and really pay more attention and whatnot. Trying not to read the tape measure, because of the whole headache thing. I will say trying to focus in on getting the star driver bit into the head of the screws. That was straining my eyes pretty good, and I ended up triggering a couple of migraines over the weekend, and it's just from pushing too hard, trying to focus in on something, but you got to do what you got to do on a few things here and there, I guess. But and learning, that it's not just reading; it's also trying to get something into focus that just generally isn't going to get there. So I shifted to feeling, which is a little hard to do with gloves. Without the gloves, though, I hurt myself a little too much. So the gloves are kind of a first warning system, somewhat. So took a lot longer because I had to feel when the screw would mate into the head of the drill bit, but a lot less headaches as I figured that out. So again, finding new ways to do old things. Don't push the eyes to try and see where those two come together, which wasn't really coming into focus anyway. But instead, do it by feel, and that helped a ton. That really helped a ton. So I'm going to do the rest of the project that way. It's going to take longer, but definitely better than getting the headaches. So, and then after that, on to some more fencing for goats and things, which is it's good. It's therapeutic to be able to, get something done, accomplish it, and not walk away with a migraine. I know with the chicken coop I did get one or two, but I learned why and minimized it after that, and it's good to be able to do something without just being in agony. So that's pretty cool. Beyond that, I've been trying out the cocoons, glasses more, and again, they've got a place. Don't get me wrong, they do have a place. They're nice to be able to put on when I'm in dark mode, and I know nothing's going to pop up like that's not in dark mode with a white background or anything. They're really, really helpful with that. But that's kind of where their value ends for me personally. They don't really fix the migraines and stuff, but they do make it a little easier not to have tinted glasses on with black and gray backgrounds. So that's not bad. Going forward, I had some interactions with some people just didn't understand the whole vision thing, and they were trying to be helpful. They didn't realize how they were sounding, but whatever. Water off his duck's back. They were really trying to be helpful. And then just the stuff I gotta kind of keep reminding myself just to relax. Give it to Jesus. Somebody's driving. Best thing that I can do is sit there with my eyes closed. Because my eyes lie to me, and vehicles aren't where my eyes are telling me they are. Roads aren't where my eyes are telling me they are, and so just trying to work on just keeping my eyes closed and just chilling, And that's probably what I got to keep working on, and that's probably a big thing there. I think that's a struggle that I got to keep pushing through, and then those micro frustrations I'm doing, I think, better at. But I got to keep managing them, identifying them so they don't bubble up into something else. And then when they do, give myself some grace and forgiveness because, going from being able to full visual acuity, being able to see to low vision to legally blind is, it's no small thing. So I got to just keep giving myself some grace and giving others around me grace and just breathe in and breathe out and keep moving forward with a positive attitude. And so I think this week I'm going to focus on trying to take the breaks that I need as much as I can, and keep trying to learn new ways to do old things. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So, all right, well, I'm going to keep this one kind of short. That's what I'm going to work on. That's how the week went. The goats have been pretty cool, pretty therapeutic, quite frankly. No, I wouldn't call them therapy goats, but they've been pretty therapeutic. And being able to work with them, help them, it's been cool. So I'll keep pushing through. We'll keep smiling, keep rock and rolling. Y'all be good out there. Peace.